Okay. It is Saturday night, and listen, I've been down the YouTube rabbit hole because, Wonder of the Seas has been out for about 3 weeks, and I just want to know what's going on in the cruise world, in the travel world. We do cruises and other stuff, but that's not, that's neither here nor there. So, when you get on YouTube, you go down the rabbit hole, you start looking at one thing. Y'all, I have a very important point to make, but I definitely want you guys to see this clip of this couple explaining why the cruise was their worst cruise ever. And I think they said it took them 11 years to get up enough courage to cruise again after this experience. This is hilarious. Everything that could have went wrong, but in a funny way. Like, nobody died or anything like that, but I can understand why they have chosen not to cruise again after this. But now they are cruising, so this is very funny. I don't know them, they don't know me, but I'm gonna put the clip here and I'm gonna talk about it because there's a valid point that needs to be made. But make sure you guys follow them as well. Hold on, let me insert the clip. This is what I do on Saturday night. This is just what I do if I'm not on vacation. Ain't it sad?
Taxi runs every 30 minutes. You can go to Atlantis. When you're ready to come back, just come back right here. It will run every 30 minutes. We'll take you back to the ship. That's all you got to tell me. I will be back on this ship, on this boat, to get over. Soon as we stepped off of that little trail that took us from there to get to the sidewalk to where Atlantis was, there was a drug dealer. Drug dealer was like, what you need? What you need? I got crack, I got pills, I got weed. I don't have no needles, but I got all this. I said, what is going on here?
They head back to the fish boat, and this white van pulls up. Vroom, the door comes. Woof. Hey, get in. We'll take you to the boat. Get in. We was like, nah, bro, we good. So we get back to where we supposed to catch the fish roll back to the other side to the ship. And we get there and the water taxi is not there. So we sitting around waiting. I think we waited for at least probably another hour for them to come back. So we finally see them coming in this and he's like, boom, back. We only got like about an hour to get back across to the ship, and we only got and this ride is about 30 minutes. So he pulls up, we gets on the boat, and we think we could get ready to go off because we the only ones.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, we can't leave yet. We gotta wait for some other people.
We gotta have a full thing.
But we was like, sir, we only got a certain amount of time to get back on the ship. So we need to get back so we're gonna be late. He was like, that's what's wrong with you Americans. You're always in a hurry.
We're on island time.
We're on island time. We move slow. We was like, we ain't got time to move slow.
We need to get back there.
So now it was time for us to go back, and it was time for him to start this motherfucker up. And he went to pulling on this motherfucker, and she said, and I was like, no, please don't tell me. Please don't tell me that this song beat ain't fitting to start. And when it finally started up, it said, boom! And this big ball of black smoke said, woof, everywhere. It was...
Life With Us TV, and it's Lynette, and I'm sorry I cannot remember her husband's name. I'm so sorry, but I will. Life With Us TV, so make sure that you follow them, y'all. They were hilarious, and on top of that, their story is the reason why there are certain things that I don't do on cruises or vacations. Some people don't like to travel with me, and I'm fine with that. My husband will go with me anywhere I want to go. That's fine. But certain things I'm just not going to do. Certain things I'm not going to do. Like she was talking about the drug dealer that was trying to offer them drugs. Listen. And listen, some people do, what I call the baby drugs, marijuana, edibles, stuff like that. But y'all know these people? Y'all just gonna get off a boat and go get drugs from somebody? I have clients tell me all kind of stories, or they will say, hey, can you find out where I can? No, Sorry, my journey ends here. I have booked your room. I have booked your flight. I have booked your cruise, things like that. My journey ends there. I don't even book the shore excursions because unless if they ask me, I'll make suggestions, but I don't even book the shore excursions. I don't because, you can change your mind. You have to put in specific dates and stuff like that. So people are entitled to change their minds. But listen, on vacation, number one rule, please don't forget that you're on vacation with strangers. You're on vacation with people that you don't know what these people do. This is like working. You work with people, you know them as far as their quality of work and things like that. You don't know what these people do outside of work. Child. Drugs. Listen, everybody wants to have a good time on their vacation, but you're not finna. Let me tell y'all real quick what happened to us. Now, I'm a planner, meaning when we go on vacation, I have it planned to the T. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. Because you know what your day is going to be like, and my husband just goes along with it, so he's fine with that. Or if I'm going with the group, I'll say, hey, these are a couple of things I was looking at. Do y'all want to do this? Y'all good with that? What would you like to do? So I'm good with the planning part. But baby, listen, when it comes to strangers or people that I don't know, or you're in another country. Let's not even say another country. You're in another state. Let's say even if you go to another state, there are different laws and you need to know what those are. So we go to, I'm not going to tell you where it was. We get off this port and I'm like, oh, soon as we get off the boat, there's like a whole bunch of people. As soon as you walk out, hold on. Yes. Do you want to say hi to the people?
Yeah.
I'm babysitting. Come say hi to the people.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, so that was the grandbae, and she's 5, and I'm babysitting one day, one night. I know I get a lot of flack for that. My daughter is like, Mama, you not the type of grandmama to keep it for the summer and all that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So I'm glad you know that. I had my kids when I was young. I was fast, all of that. So now I want to enjoy my life. My grandbaby is 5. She's no problem. We just had a lot of stuff going on this weekend. We did barbecue today. So we had a lot of stuff going on. But she's no problem. She just want to eat yogurt all day and she can't. And it's nighttime now. So back to the story. So y'all, we got off the boat. And as soon as we got off, I'm looking crazy because we're with other people. And sometimes we travel with other people. Maybe like a couple or something like that. But we mainly go by ourselves because we kind of know what we want to do. But when you're traveling with other people, they can't just do what you want to do all the time and then you not, do what they want to do. So this person wanted to go and hang with the locals. So we went, and as we were getting off the boat, we didn't have any excursions like booked or anything like that. So we just kind of like, okay, we'll go and eat, some authentic food or whatever. So as soon as we get off the boat, we walk through the pier, and you definitely know as soon as your foot goes outside of the pier line that you are in another country. Like it was different. It was so many tour guides. It was so many trying to get you a taxi, trying to take you somewhere. And the people we were with, they were just like, yeah, let's get in this. And I'm like, So if my husband doesn't want to do something, he's going to speak up and say something about it. So I try to like blame it on him, even though it could be me just not wanting to do it. Sometimes it do be him though. But he was going along with it. He was going along with it like it was okay. And I'm like, oh, girl, how you going to get out of this? You're going to have to speak up for yourself. So this tour guide, we start following him. So there's like 10 or 12 tour guides, just different random people that are not with the cruise company. They're not. So we're following this person, and I start to notice a clothesline, clothes on the clothesline. I start to notice shacks. Now we are walking. We're not driving. We're walking. And they're just, we just wanted to get something to eat, some authentic food from the country or whatever. So we're walking, and the guy keeps saying, nobody else is saying anything. So I'm like, Felicia, you're the only one that's uncomfortable. Then I start like arguing with myself, girl, you're uncomfortable. You need to say something. I'm like, no, they always say you bougie, don't say nothing. You be acting funny. But then I realized I only got one life. One. So as we keep walking, I'm looking around and the guy's making small talk. Where y'all from? When does your boat leave? Like all this stuff. I'm like, stranger danger. Like what I would teach the grandbaby, stranger danger. So we're still walking and I'm like, hey, how far is the restaurant? Because now I'm feeling like there ain't gonna be no restaurant because we're in a residential area now. So he's like, oh, just right up ahead, right up ahead. But as I look back, I see that there are other people with tour guides and they look uncomfortable too. So we're walking and we take another couple of steps. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna just go back to the boat. I'm not really, I'm okay. I don't want anything to eat. I'll just eat at the Windjammers. I'm fine with that. So the other people we were with, they were like, well, you don't want to go. You don't want to. So I'm feeling bad because I'm like, well, no, I don't want to spoil y'all's fun. I'm like, well, I'm just going to go back to the boat. I can see the boat right there. I know I have sandals on, but I can sprint if I need to. That's what I'm thinking. I'm always thinking of a way to get out if needed. Like, guys, research the areas that you're going in. When I book for people, I will tell them, like, when you go to the Caribbean, you can't wear army fatigue. You're not supposed to. When you go to the Caribbean, that's against the law. It's only for their army. So things like that people wouldn't know unless they're researching it. Things like that, I will try to tell you because I don't want you to have a bad experience and be like, well, Felicia booked me this trip and all this stuff happened and she didn't even tell me anything. I know you're going to know. So as we're walking and I said, I'm just going to go back to the ship. Nobody else is saying anything. I'm like, is everybody high, drunk? What? Are they, in a trance? What's going on? So I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Even my husband wasn't saying nothing. So we've stopped. And I just said to my husband, I looked at him and I said, I don't feel safe. Because my thing is, it's your job to make me feel safe no matter where we at. That's what the vows was saying. So that's where we at with this. So he was like, then I guess he kind of like, oh, okay. I don't think he really wanted to go either. Then he was just like, okay, well, yeah, I'll walk you back to the boat. Well, then the other people were like, well, since y'all going back, we just going to go ahead and go back too. So the tour guy, he gets upset. He's like, well, so you guys don't want to go? The food is right up there. It's a residential area. Like, where are we going? No. So he was kind of upset, but because he wanted the tip or whatever. I think we gave him maybe $5 or $10 for, basically luring us to some unknown place that we never got to. But, I know that other countries, that's how they make their money. So I'm like, okay, I ain't trying to knock nobody's hustle. But guys, when you're on vacation, remember everybody, people can spot a tourist a mile away. They can especially spot me because I'm going to have my hair done. I'm going to have my shades on. I'm going to be recording stuff. This is exactly what I'm going to be doing, just like other people are doing. So you might as well have a shirt on with the sign that says, I'm a tourist, pick me. So like in the video, this is the reason why I suggest that you book Royal Caribbean excursions or whatever cruise ship you're going on or wherever you're going. I know with Royal Caribbean, they're going to schedule the times so that there's enough time for you to get back to the boat. They are. They're not going to, if the boat is supposed to leave at, you're supposed to be back at 5:00, you won't really be able to book past maybe like 2 p.m. to go out and do the excursion because they want to make sure that you get back on because they're responsible for you at that point. Read through all of those documents and stuff like that. Book Royal Caribbean excursions if that's where you're going. The only reason I'm saying Royal Caribbean is because we have a cruise that's coming up in June and, we're looking at excursions now, but I tend to book those. One of my clients has asked me to book her. She's going somewhere in April and June. And she's like, well, can you find me horseback riding somewhere? It doesn't have to be Royal Caribbean. And I'm like, girl, I'm going to find Royal Caribbean first. And I know it's more money and things like that. For me, it's just peace of mind, especially if you're going somewhere that you don't know. And sometimes it can feel unsafe. And I don't want to have a bad vacation or want any of my clients to have a bad vacation because they just out here living their best life and then stuff end up happening. No, you will not be on the news dealing with me. You will not. I will let you know where you need to go. Make sure you carry cash. A lot of the times when you get in these taxis and things like that, they don't take cards. And remember, you're somewhere else. So you really want to use a card anyway. So just take some cash with you. But make sure you're allowing enough time for you to go out to the excursion. Think about if something happens. We did an excursion in another country before and I didn't look, and this was through Royal Caribbean. It took us 45 minutes to get to the place. It was like a resort with a pool and stuff like that. I was so uncomfortable. The road turned into a dirt road. We were asking the tour guide, and this was through Royal Caribbean. They had an ambulance on the side of the road and a police officer, and they were like, well, they do that because it's so far and few in between. So if there is an emergency, they'll have someone close by. So it could be me just being like skeptical about everything, but I just want to make sure that we make it back. We have several goals on vacation. We want to have a good time, but we have rules too. Number one is don't lose your teeth. We don't argue on vacation. If my husband and I have a disagreement or whatever, we definitely gonna deal with it right there. What we're gonna do is say we on vacation, so this don't even matter, and it just goes away. Whatever it is, whatever it was, we have to deal with it when we get back home. And what was the other one? Oh, if one person wants to do something, the other person doesn't, you have to compromise. You have to basically do it anyway, unless we're going with another couple or a group, because we don't want someone to do something by themselves and, there's no way for us to reach you. You can't reach somebody through the phone, but we know, I hate to say this, but somebody got to live to tell the story. We did an excursion on Navigator of the Seas, but it was not with Royal Caribbean, but that's because we went with other people as well. And they wanted to do this Catalina Island tour, which was gorgeous. It was beautiful. However, my husband kept calling me because he didn't go with us. And he's like, the front desk keeps calling, guest service keeps calling, asking where you guys at, how long it's going to take you, because we were not through a Royal Caribbean excursion. We were just on one that we found on the island. The Catalina Island was so beautiful, but I was so nervous about getting back to the boat on time. And we got on the boat maybe 45 minutes before it was scheduled to leave. I don't do that. The only reason I did that is because I was with somebody else and I didn't want to ruin their time, but I don't like to be stressed out and, just like the time. I like to get back on with a couple of hours. And then when you're on the boat, when the boat is docked, then you basically have the boat to yourself. So it's funner like that. You can go and eat wherever you want to. You can go to the pools. You can go to the hot tub. And normally those things are packed, especially if you're going on a big boat. So let's say you're going on Wonder of the Seas. Wonder of the Seas has been packed, selling out because it's a new boat. So I will say to you, if you've already been to Coco Cay, if you already been to that island, listen, stay on. Don't get off this time. Go ahead on. And then once everybody gets off, just go on and explore the ship. That's what, do that. You'll have a great time. So make sure that you follow the couple that I was telling you to follow, guys. It was just a funny story to me, and I wanted to share it with you. So until next time, happy cruising.